Hi, this is my advanced Hardware HW2. So this is my finite state machine for the counting up and counting down 16-bit binary. So it starts at 000. If the inputs are reset equal to 0, enable equal to 1, reverse equal to 0, it's going to count up in this direction. If reset equal to 0, enable equal to 1, reverse equal to 1, it's going to count down in this direction. And if enable is equal to 0, it's going to stay at whatever the value it's currently at. So all these are synchronous because they are all edge triggers. But reset is not edge trigger, it's asynchronous. So it doesn't matter in which state, as long as reset equal to 1, the output jumps to 000 immediately. Okay, so and then this is my block diagram of how the program was written. So basically I have to check rising edge of clock or reset at the first place, and then I check those values. If reset equal to 1, I have to force the output to be 0. So this is the output. So if reset is not equal to 1, it's equal to 0, and rising edge is equal to 1, then I have to check enable. If enable is equal to 0, that means I'm not changing my output, so output not changed. If enable is equal to 1, then I have to check reverse. If reverse equal to 0, it means it's counting up. To count up, I have to check my counter. If the counter is at its maximum value, 1111, then I have to make it to 0. Otherwise, counter is just increasing. On the other hand, if reverse equal to 1, that means it's counting down. Then I check if my counter right now is at 0. If it's at 0, I have to make it to 1111. Otherwise, it's counting down -1. Alright, so this is the first part, and now this is the second part. So my second part is just 16-bit counting down, but with a load enable and a data. So it's same thing, but the only input that it has is just load enable and data and the clock. So everything is still the same. The clock rising edge trigger. So if low enable equal to 0, it's just counting down in a loop. Counting down to 0 and then it goes to max and then counting down to 0 again. If low enable is 1, it goes to it checks the input, it takes in the input data and outputs it. When low enable changes to 0 again. So this is the logic. Then I look at the block diagram. So it's add trigger and low enable triggers. So basically I will check if my low enable equals to 1. If low enable equals 1, then my output automatically updates to whatever is in the data value. When low enable changes from 1 to 0 again. And if low enable is equal to 0, that means it's not loading in any inputs. Then I just check if my counter is equal to 0. If this is equal to 0, then it becomes to 15 again. If it's not equal to 0, it's just counting down.